What is it that brings you to deliberately throw yourself backwards when things are finally going right? When things are starting to work out for you at work or in life? When you're finally moving towards your goals and your dreams? What is it that for many people there is this primal urge to deliberately throw yourself into destruction? And the answer for many of you, and for myself as well, that would be what we truly deep down believe about ourselves. You can call it self-esteem issues, you can call it self-worth, whatever you want to frame it as, but the answer is deep down what your underlying beliefs are about yourself. Think of it like this: you have limiting beliefs and limiting behaviors. Limiting behaviors reinforce limiting beliefs. They strengthen them. And limiting beliefs influence and lead you to limiting behaviors. So they feed off of each other in this positive feedback loop. So for example, some limiting behaviors might be, doom scrolling or watching Netflix on end, days on end, procrastinating all of your work, not going for that job that you really want to. And the limiting beliefs that are quite often subconscious, that you're not even truly aware of, behind those behaviors are things such as, I'm a loser, I don't have any worth as a human being, I'm worthless, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I'm not enough. And like I mentioned, these beliefs are quite often subconscious. We haven't brought awareness or healing to them, whether through coaching, therapy, reflective inner work, whatever it is. Like, we haven't brought attention to them, we haven't healed them, and so they tend to show up at the worst possible moments when things are finally starting to work out for you. Maybe you have a bad habit that you've been trying to stop, or a sin that you're trying to quit for good. You've been having relationship issues and you've finally found a good relationship, or your current relationship is moving towards healthy, normal levels, values, whatever. And so at some point you're starting to see this success and things are working out for you. And it is totally possible that you can heal the limiting beliefs in this way, because like I said, limiting behaviors influence or strengthen limiting beliefs, and you can slowly start to change them like that. That's totally possible, but I'd say that it's maybe not all that common, especially if you're watching this video. It probably is not the case for you, because eventually that deep rooted, it's deeply rooted, it's not just going to change overnight, or even with a few simple behavior changes. Eventually, because your brain doesn't want to live in cognitive dissonant state, what you truly believe about yourself in the subconscious, it's going to take over, and you're going to self-sabotage because you want to meet what you believe about yourself deep down. Now, this isn't the perfect analogy, but changing the behaviors is kind of like plucking the leaves off of the weeds. You can do that and you'll remove the weed from sight, but really what you want to do is uproot the weed. You want to dig up those roots, because if you don't dig up the roots, it's just going to grow back, more than likely. Like I said, it's not perfect, because it is totally possible, but for most of us, you got to get to the root of the issue. Those limiting, harmful beliefs that you have about yourself, that you may or may not even be aware of, they're there for a reason. It could be like you've had a horrible childhood, and that's what you've just subconsciously learned to believe about yourself. Your parents were always criticizing you, harassing you. You were bullied quite often. You suffered deep trauma, which, if that's the case, don't come to me first. You should get therapy. It could be any number of things. It's slowly you start to believe something about yourself that is not true, or that just doesn't tell the full story. This is the kind of work that I do. I am a life coach, which does not mean that I'm the expert at your life, because I'm not. I can't be. But dealing with this type of inner work is the kind of stuff that I deal with. And if you're interested in learning more, please feel free to head to my website and find out more. And you can book sessions with me through the website. So, inshallah, I'll see you there. If not, I'm glad that you watched. If you're still here at this stage, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.